camp going? I know it's only been a day, really.
Well, one, it's hot.
Yeah.
But the boys are, pushing through it. I mean, I tell them it's Florida. This is what we're going to play in. So obviously we're managing that with our ATC. Plenty of water breaks. But I mean, it's Florida. I mean, I said the same thing when I was with the Bucks because we did training camp in Orlando. It's hot, especially in the middle of the state. So what you find though is because we practice in the morning, so we get a little reprieve from it, but it kind of builds a little more of that mental toughness where you're sitting there and saying, I can't go because it's so hot. Well, then it turns into, yes, I can go. I can push through this. And I think that's what we're trying to build, is that. And the best part of it is between our spring workouts and winter workouts and whatever that kind of flows into, because it's almost year round now. Now guys are behind each other, pushing, hey, you got this, we got this, and we're pulling together. So that's what I really like about this team that's coming up, and it really gets, Anthony and I excited, and the coaching staff, because that hasn't been around Land O'Lakes for a long time. It's been more about me as a player. I want this, I want that. It's kind of gone away. And I know the buzzword right now for college and everything is culture. Mm-hmm. And I think there's been a shift in that a little bit. And they saw how close we were last year to a lot of the games. And it'd be easy to say, well, it is what it is. We were that. We'll wait for the next class to come through and be done. It's kind of changed a little bit where, no, that's not good enough. Why did that happen? Let's figure it out and fix it.
Well, you had a lot of young guys last year that were playing on varsity, so they're all kind of returning. I think you're seeing some of the hunger that they don't want those close games to go the other direction. So.
Well, you make a great point to that, because going forward now over the next coming years, we're going to stop losing, because after my first year we had a huge senior class, right, and it moved them out. And then we were pretty young. And then now it's getting into the flow where we're evenly and consistently over the classes, distributed, that we're not going to lose that many over time. And we're starting to plug those, young guys in. Hey, let's get them 2 quarters. Let's get them in here so we can build everything that's going.
Yeah.
And I think that's really kind of what changes those things. You have that huge senior class from our district here.
Yeah.
And then those kind of went away, but we didn't have a chance to get rep younger guys into there to kind of get the flow going with everything. Yeah. And I think we've done that over the past 2 seasons, and now they're going to step in.
Yep.
So. And,
QB1 is a junior.
He's a junior, yep. I really like what's going on with most of our line right now. I have a couple question marks, but our left side's looking really good, and we're going to have them for a couple years. And I have some competition going on the right side, and that'll shake out just like it always does.
Yeah.
Receiver-wise, I mean, Clemente's Clemente, who just got his first offer for SAU, he's real excited. I was excited to tell him. He's going to go out and have a good season. Ethan Chalmers, he's really stepped up, and he's a fast kid. You know what I mean?
Is he going to be running?
Oh, yeah. So he'll be either Z or X.
Okay.
And then we have a new receiver, Kamari Frazier, who, really we're going to have to decide when we get into pads, but all things point to he's going to be a stud. And it's going to be nice to complement Clemente. And then we have some young guys to fill in. Brickner, he's been doing a heck of a job. He had a little boo-boo in the spring, so he'll be getting back on the field. And Kanan West. So we have, a wealth of receivers. Tight end-wise, looking for a big year out of D. Rich. He just looks like a tight end.
Yeah.
He's getting better. He had a great offseason in the weight room, and I don't think he's ever been committed like that before. And finally, and he kind of sat in the back and waiting for his time to come. And then this year kind of hit the switch, and he's like, no, I'm going to be the guy that I'm supposed to be. And, in the spring, he went out and did just that. And I think we're going to carry on and see that. And, we're going to have Chance Houston's going to have a big target from him out there as one of those tight end safety nets. And then, if we want to go 12 personnel, we have 2 very capable tight ends, H's, however you want to, divvy them up in football talk, but who's also a tight end. and we could go, you put both of those guys on the field at the same time.
I've liked and I think everybody's seen, you utilize tight ends pretty well in your system. I mean, we've seen a lot of production out of 40.
Zach Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, whether he's in the backfield or he's coming off the edge of the line or he's blocking or whatever.
Yeah, it seems like, especially college football, obviously NFL is its own little beast on that stuff, but it seems like that position's starting to come back a little bit. The true H, who, he's not a tight end, he's not a receiver, he needs to block a little bit, he needs to be able to catch. And it's one of my favorite things to do with him. And I think it gives you, then you stack him with a tight end and play, a true wing with a tight end. It gives you a lot of options because you have to defend that over there because that is a huge running surface.
Yeah.
But we have two guys that can run and catch, or can, catch.
Right.
So, it gives you a little bit of options.
Yeah.
And then it's easy to jump back into, I formation.
Right.
Which
Or
I'll never shy away from.
Have one squirt out on a seam route, and next thing
Exactly.
you know.
So it gives you a lot of options, and I like where our line's at, especially with our play action series that we're working on, the RPOs and the PROs that we're working on offensively, and I'm starting to get really excited about Isaiah. I think he's going to be a good running back. I was just going back on his film and everything, and the vision he showed is very promising.
Yeah, no TJ. That's
yeah, that hurts.
Big,
he was a 1,300-yard rusher last season or something like that, pretty close.
And which was good because Chance was sophomore, and it's nice to have some good running program to lean on throughout that. And now he's got another year under his belt, but we do need to make sure we got somebody backing that up.
Yeah, so I agree with you. So we'll take advantage of play action, and then Chance is taking a bigger step of what he can be is letting him change at the line of scrimmage. His football IQ is through the roof. So when you tell him a concept or what you're trying to do, it's only limited by what we can do up front, how fast we can teach the O-line if we're going to change a play or kill a play, or sometimes they call it can a play, but all those things. So we're going to give him a little more control over what we're doing and maybe package it 2 plays in 1.
I know you've been working all day, so I'm going to let you go here.
What? We're talking about football. We can talk it all day.
Okay, 2 more questions.
All right, as many as you want.
Are there any battles for position that are going to be determined in that preseason game?
Absolutely. I tell them all the time, right, we're setting pencil. Now we're starting to see from between workouts and, how they improved in their workouts and their 40, because we track. Yeah, absolutely. I track their progression of their weights, their height. Obviously, there's not a lot in control over height, but strength-wise, how big pushing yourself in the weight room, and then your 40 times and your 5, 10, 5. Those are metrics that colleges use, and that's the same metrics we use. And that's only a portion of it, though. The other portion is understanding a playbook, understanding how fast we can put a concept in, and you can repeat it against a totally different defense. I say it all the time that it's great. I have the play on a play sheet, but I like them to understand where are we attacking, right? Are we attacking the A gap? Are we attacking the B gap, the C gap? I could draw all those drawings up, but high school, college, and even the pros, there are times they're going to screw up and misalign defenses. So you have to be able to adjust, because we know that I need to get all my guys over here in front of the football. So all that stuff gets evaluated, right?
Yeah.
And especially from the offensive side.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to, do you hit? Do you run? Do you have effort?
Yeah.
Right? And effort is our edge. And if you don't play with effort, that's something I can't teach you.
Yeah.
That's something that comes from inside.
Yeah.
And you get it done. But I want to see what shakes out with our receiver core. Obviously, I like where we're at when I just mentioned those guys before, Kamari X and Chalmers. But I still need to, if we go a 10 personnel type situation, who's going to step up and be that? I think it's going to be Jaden. I think it's going to be Cannon West. And then we'll shake down and get the rest of the guys, 4-2 or 2-4 on JV.
Yeah.
Because you're always trying to turn that over. Like I said before, offensive line-wise, I kind of like where we're at on the left side of the line. Right side, we want to get Dom back over on defense. because he's kind of a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't wait to see him.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
I mean, he played well over there, but you know what? He also plays very physical at guard.
Yeah.
But in our philosophy, we want to try to, separate offense and defense as much as possible.
Yeah.
So you have time to rest. I mean, in Florida with the heat,
Yeah.
if we could get those guys cycled through,
Yeah.
especially on the D line, you have your rush package, you have your, run stopping package and
Yeah.
all that.
I've
But the dudes are the dudes, and you
Yep.
got to play them both ways.
And I've seen some linemen, go both ways before, and it's tough to do that for 4 quarters.
Yeah, in Florida, it is. I agree. Now, up north in my high school, everybody played both ways because the heat wasn't there.
Right.
And I think that's a huge factor. And if I can get, great play or equal play and we're fresher, I think that goes a little bit better. Now, some guys are just dudes and they have to be on the field.
Right.
But we're at a very good place with, roster numbers and guys who can play and can contribute, that I think we can go offense and defense. And that's what we've been doing the past, 3 seasons, and it gives us a chance to get them off the field, hydrate, wipe your face off, get into the film, see where everybody's at, and go from there.
Okay.
So the competition for me is the right side of the line. We want to see who's going to step over there. We have some good options, and we have some guys that are fighting for it, which I like. Defensively, we're heavy in the defensive line department to a point, and they're going to be fighting each other for reps all the time because, like golf, I thought our defensive line played very well. So it's a race to the quarterback or a race to the running back, who's ever having the party at the football.
Right. Yeah.
Secondary wise, we're looking
Still some
pretty solid.
competition?
There's competition there too, but I think it's a good group, and the more and more they play, over the summer and getting here into fall, I think they're starting to mesh very well. And then we have a younger linebacker at Will, Christian Volstead at Mike. I mean,
Yep. Okay. Jake Mason.
Jake Mason at defensive end. Yeah.
Okay. Well, sounds like it's coming. It's coming together, and that preseason game will be meaningful for playing time for a bunch of guys.
Yeah, it's competition.
Yeah. Anything else on the, since we won't speak till after the preseason game, any events or any other announcements?
Well, I mean, Chris, we've been busy.
Yeah.
We had a great time with volunteers coming out for our stadium renovation, and I think it looks very good.
Yeah.
Probably should have did it a couple years ago, but it is what it is, and here we are.
Yep.
I think the field has been, the field crew, maintenance crew has been working on our field. It looks like a putting green right now. It looks good, so we'll be out there, and we have our stencils, so the stadium's going to be dressed up and look nice.
Yep.
And I appreciate all the volunteers that had come out between girls soccer, flag football, band, flag team,
Yep.
our flag corps, our football players, moms and dads from every sports. And, at the time we had, over the 2 days, we had about 70 people come out
Yeah.
to help. And we cleaned up under the stands and kind of dressed it up, and, it looks nice. We had, a new practice field plowed down, and that's finally taken, and it's all lined up. So we have actually 2 fields right now and a vertical field, so we can do 9-on-7 and stuff and get good camera views on it. The barn, as we call it, has come a long ways,
Yep.
and we can push a lot of kids through there when we're doing our off-season workouts and our in-season workouts. Then we did some fun things over the summer, Watermelon Day. We did a slide day, which, I know the TD Club's been putting pictures up. Then we had a beach day with all the parents, and we're just kind of, not parents, but all the kids and the parents, and we, just getting everybody together and creating
Right.
that family atmosphere. We even had, Amy and I, my wife, had some of the boys over, some of our leadership team, to have, cook out for them
Yeah.
and swim, and then we had a Madden tournament.
Yeah.
Or an NCAA tournament.
Okay.
I think they because Grayson, our center, he played with my alma mater, Kent State, and we don't win a lot of football games at Kent State. And he was playing chance, and he took one to the house on a kickoff return. So I got to get my helmet out and I put it back on, and we played the Kent State fight song because, again, we're not going to hear a lot of that,
Yeah.
especially because I think they have like Texas Tech this year and Oklahoma, and I think they even play Florida State.
Okay.
So, so a lot of fun things.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the 8th, we're going to be at the Tiki Cove, and we're going to have a kickoff party. So the boys will be there. We want the community to come out so they can see the boys and shake hands. We'll probably have a little volleyball tournament or something like that, but that'll be at the Tiki Cove from 7 to 9.
Okay.
Which will be fun, and it's kind of a good thing just to get everybody together. And we'll be, 2 weeks into training camp, and we're all going to be hot and feisty against each other, so it'll be good to blow off some steam and have some fun.
Yep.
Because the following week, we're in the game week, and it's ready for Mineola, and then the season goes.
Yeah, and then also the home games. I think we just went through the schedule, so there's 7 of those, and there's going to be a little pregame at Stonewater.
At Stonewater, so families can come to Stonewater,
Grab
get something
a
to eat
little bite
before
to
a little
eat,
bite, whatever they
beverage or
do.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been set up. The Booster Club's been working their tails off, and you have, and I can't, I don't say it enough, but I appreciate them because I think they're making a thing for all the families holistically,
Yeah.
not just, all right, we're here for this kid.
Yeah.
It's everything because parents are involved too. I mean, this
yeah.
is kind of like a full family thing.
Yeah.
So we'll have that. And then we have the Women of Blue. This time it's
24th.
the 24th.
Yeah.
It's going to be at Stonewater.
Yeah.
Right? And it's going to be in the morning. So we'll
Like
have
a
a little
brunch.
brunch.
Yeah,
A little brunch instead
Yeah.
of in the evening.
And if I and Carson, who's behind the camera right now,
Yeah.
if we get our act together, we'll have a little treat to show everybody at the brunch. We're
And you
working
guys
on
are
something.
doing that secret special.
Yeah, secret
mission.
special release. Debut release,
Yeah.
sneak preview on the 24th.
I like it. So a lot of good things, and then sometimes you do all these other things, and you're like, well, you forget about football. No, I think it's just because we have passionate people for our kids, for our
Yeah.
community, and for football.
Yeah.
That this makes it just that much better.
Yeah, I mean, Coach, we really try to do all this stuff so you can focus on the football and the product on the field and mentoring these young men.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to handle all the other stuff as much as we can for you. And with that, I'll just thank you for spending the time today.
No, this was great.
And thank you to Planet Smoothie for hosting us.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing. I kind of glazed over so we could spend a little extra time talking about it. I mean, the partnership we've had with Planet Smoothie over the summer, it's been amazing, right? Because as a high school level, right, you get concerned after you do a strenuous workout that what's the recovery going to be? Mm-hmm. Is it going to be fast food? Is it going to be something good? Is it supposed,
Right.
Where are we going with this? And you talked to Planet Smoothie and kind of set it up, and they've been a great partner and valued partner of us. So we had smoothies for the boys every day, and it helped with hydration, protein recovery, the whole
Vitamins, minerals,
vitamins,
yeah.
everything that
Yeah.
you can get right
Yeah.
down as soon as you hit that. That time period that's so crucial that after you work out, you got to feed the muscles, you got to
Yep.
feed everything.
Yep.
We had it today after camp, and it was a hot day, and I mean, the kids they sucked it down, and they're like, "This is amazing, right?" I mean,
Yep.
it's something that's very valuable, and then in between those, we've been doing chocolate milk. It's a good little protein. When I was playing, I think the University of Colorado did a study, and they said that's one of the best ways to cost effective to rehydrate and get instant protein in to feed the muscles. And so we did that.
Not as pleasant to drink after a workout.
You know what? I disagree with that because I said the same thing when I saw it on our fridges when I was in the pros. And I'm like, why would I put that? I want water. I want something, cold and not thick.
Yeah.
But I tell you, a couple days and your body starts, craving it because it knows what it needs. So, and I think the boys found the same way because they were like, hey, we got chocolate milk today. Oh, we got Planet Smoothie today. So it was back and forth.
Yeah.
It was all good stuff. And I, like I said, I can't thank them enough for partnering with us over the summer. It's been amazing and a very nice perk for our kids at Land O'Lakes, and they all appreciate it.
All right, Coach. Well, appreciate you, and we'll talk to you after the Lake Mineola game.
Sounds good. Always good to see you.
Go Gators.
Go Gators. Hey, and enjoy your smoothie.
Yeah.